Hello and welcome to this Moneycontrol live stream. I am Nandita, Khemka. Now, PE giant Advent International is busy shopping in India, particularly the pharma space. The recent acquisition of Suven Pharma has recently been announced, and it has bought a majority stake in the company, 50% from the promoters, 26% via the open offer route. Now, we have with us our deals editor Ashwin Mohan, who broke the story. Ashwin, Advent has been pretty much busy shopping in India. It has pumped in somewhere around $3 billion in various segments, and of course it's the fourth buyout in the pharma space. Tell us, what are the implications of this deal in the listed space for both the buyer and the seller?
Right, Nandita. Good afternoon. Good to be here. Yeah. And I've been waiting rather patiently for the last 3 years, because it's way back in February 2020. That's when we had first put out the story
about that the stake sale plans of Suven, right?
That's absolutely right. That's when we had broken the story of the promoters looking to sell a significant or a majority stake in Suven Pharma, and that's when they had appointed Barclays as the investment banker to handle the deal. Now, this deal is very important because it's one of the biggest deals that has been struck in the listed space from a private equity point of view.
Sure.
They're going to pick up around 50% stake from the Jasti family. That's the promoter family, Nandita. Yeah. And if the open offer is successful, then this deal could be nearly $1 billion, making it Advent's biggest buyout yet in India across all sectors. So Advent has been in India since 2007. In the last 15 years, they have pumped in more than $3.2 billion across various sectors. Consumer, they've also looked at healthcare, and of course this one as well, which is in the pharma space. Advent, mind you, is also the controlling stakeholder of Shapurji Palunji Group's Eureka Forbes. So that would strike a bell with some of our viewers who use that product. So that's the PE firm that we are talking about over here. Now, you pointed out something very, very significant, which is the aggression of Advent in the private equity space, especially in the pharma segment. This is the fourth successive buyout. The other buyouts that have been struck by them in this space include the likes of RA Chem, ZCL Chemicals, and Avra Labs. Now, all of them are in the same space, which is CDMO, Contract Development and Manufacturing Organization. To break that down for our viewers, basically CDMO, these are companies that provide various services to pharmaceutical players, right from drug development to manufacturing. The other component is API, active pharmaceutical ingredients. So these three earlier acquisitions are all in this space. Now this one too, Suven Pharma, is a CDMO player. It's a high growth and a high profitable player, and therefore it makes immense sense for Advent to continue in this line as far as its overall pharma strategy in India is concerned.
Sure. Now, Ashwin, what we are given to understand is that Advent is also exploring the possibility of a merger between Suven Life Sciences as well as Suven Pharma, I beg your pardon, with Cohan's Life Sciences, right? So tell us more about Cohan's and what is the strategy there?
All right, so let me explain that to you and the viewers as well. So, just last month in November, Advent had announced the creation of a new platform called Cohan's Life Sciences. Now, what is Cohan's Life Sciences? Cohan's Life Sciences is the umbrella under which it has its earlier three portfolio companies. I'd spoken about RA Chem, ZCL Chemicals, and Avra Labs. So these three are already housed under Cohan's Life Sciences. Now, here's the plan. The plan is that once the acquisition of Suven Pharma takes place, what Advent wants to do is that it wants to combine Suven Pharma with Cohan's Life Sciences and therefore create synergies, both for itself as well as, of course, for the public shareholders of Suven Pharma. In fact, the promoter of Suven Pharma, Mr. Jasti, believes that this could be a win-win proposition for the shareholders of Suven Pharma, because at the end of the day, they will end up providing a bigger bouquet of services, products, as well as other attributes. Keep in mind that Suven Pharma was demerged from the parent Suven Life Sciences back in 2020. So it's a demerged entity that has now struck a deal with Advent. So that's the entire concept around Cohan's Life Sciences. That's what they want to do. They want to combine it and merge both the entities. But of course, Nandita, we'll have to wait and watch for that, because all this is subject to regulatory approvals. But that's the path that Advent and Suven Pharma want to take.
What is this thing about a platform strategy that that Advent is exploring? Can you tell us more about that?
So very interestingly, a few hours after the deal got announced, I received a note from this research and intelligence firm called AltG. Now, they believe that this is something called a roll-up platform strategy. Now, what's a roll-up platform strategy? A roll-up platform strategy is something that they feel or they believe is very common amongst US private equity funds. In this case, what a roll-up platform means is that what you do is that you acquire several small brands or several companies which are part of the same segment. They offer the same products and services, and then you combine them and make a large cap company that generates value. So what happens as part of this roll-up strategy is, see, because you combine all these entities together, you get a far higher valuation multiple. That's the first advantage. Then of course you can also negotiate in terms of your leverage, and your negotiation power improves because it's a larger platform. So therefore there is a chance for generating higher margins, higher free cash flows, and that is the strategy which Advent is adopting over here, called the roll-up platform strategy. Something that is common in US private equity, and we are in fact expecting other PE players also to go ahead and look at this platform approach. Because at the end of the day, when you combine all the pieces and make it into one big bank core company,
that offers more value to them.
Absolutely, it'll offer more value, more synergies. That seems to be the Advent strategy as of now going ahead. Let's see what 2023 has in store as far as the PE major is concerned.
Well, Ashwin, our deals editor, will be breaking more stories in 2023 as we go ahead. Well, thanks a lot for putting things into perspective for us this afternoon, Ashwin. Well, we will be keep watching Moneycontrol for more news and updates as we wrap up this live session.